Now, this is a good one. Michael Mercy, the history of LJN figures, or figures, superstars. And this is interesting because they're making a comeback now. After we know about the Hogan, Hogan being gone and stuff, they just remade the figure. As soon as they brought it up, it sold out in less than 5 minutes. I think they had a Dusty Rhodes one. That sold out. And of course there's Cena and whatever. But yeah, they're already gone. Hopefully they'll get some re-releases. But I think they're like 25 or 30 bucks a piece. But yeah. See what this guy put together, what Mike put together. Because yeah, this I had a bunch of these. Those is classics, boy. And they're worth arm, a leg, and a foot now. If you have those in your collection somewhere. Playing, huh?
History beckons the Macho Man, yeah.
Hey guys, hello gorgeous. It's WrestleMania weekend, so with the showcase of the Immortals upon us once again, I figured it'd be a good time to be
Talking about history.
talking about the WWF.
Okay, stop right there for a second. I had Junkyard Dog, Hogan, of course. I know he's not up there in the picture. I think Iron Sheik. I think I had that Terry Funk too. Never had Macho Man and Piper. Or I had Andre. I see Andre back there. I had the Andre with the blue trunks. I didn't have the Andre with the black trunks. I had Nikolai Volkov, Jesse Ventura, a few others. Yeah, I can't remember them all, but yeah, I had a few of them.
LJN Wrestling Superstars figures of the 80s.
Yeah.
These were some of the most fun toys I owned as a kid because you couldn't break them. They were made of hard rubber and, like wrestlers, were made to take a beating. Wrestling fans didn't care about sculpts or paint jobs back in the 80s. We didn't want these to look nice on a shelf. In fact, many of them couldn't stand on their own on a shelf anyway. These guys were like cartoon or comic book characters come to life. Loud, colorful, and able to do amazing feats of strength and athleticism in the ring. All in one take. I'm going to be taking a look at the 8-inch series in today's video. Series 1 was released in 1984 and consisted of 9 figures made up of baby faces, aka the good guys, and heels, aka the bad guys. There was the WWF World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan.
And what you gonna do?
Hogan's protege and new inductee into this year's WWE Hall of Fame,
Billy Jim.
Jim, the guy who got me into wrestling in the first place, the master of grabbing them cakes, the JYD Junkyard Dog.
This change will knock sparks up from your hind end that I fall to the 4th of July.
Hogan's
Junkyard
arch
Dog.
nemesis, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I actually beat the champion, but no! You don't want to give me the belt, no!
Nikolai Volkov, Big John Studd, Superfly Jimmy Snuka,
Andre.
and the dastardly villain who Hogan won the title from,
The Sheiky,
the
baby.
Iron Sheik. These days, if you want to relive the birth of Hulkamania, you turn on the WWE Network.
That's long
In the
gone
80s,
now.
We used LJN Superstars.
Vicious clothesline sends him down. And the Sheik and Rams. Hulk Hogan, he drops a big leg on him. He's now for the cover of the leg. 1, 2, he got him.
About fixing it perfectly.
We have a new champion. There's Hulk Hogan. Rolling the boot on the Iron Sheik.
The figures with accessories were extra special since they were so simplistically designed. It was nice to have a belt or a hat in order to spruce them up a bit, although they'd go flying once the bell rang. Series 2 in 1985 only featured 6 wrestlers. It's a testament to Andre's popularity and Vince McMahon's respect for him that he received a second figure the following year, with a retooled body and an updated, shorter haircut.
Oh, so the other okay. So his figure was released 3 or 4 times because I didn't pay that no attention. The one I had was Andre with the long hair. I remember that now. Then they had the one with, when he was the heel with the with the black outfit on and the black boots. So yeah, so see, I think that they released that three times, yeah, because I didn't realize they re-released it with the short hair. I didn't pay that no attention.
Even though this figure was a bit smaller than the first release, my Big John stud still couldn't body slam Andre.
Look at this. Stop trying to slam Andre.
I always wanted that figure.
Going to work on the leg. Look at this. Andre picks him up. He slammed him.
The Giant had no trouble collecting the $15,000 prize for slamming Stud, though. George the Animal Steel was ready to dine on some turnbuckles.
This guy belongs in a cage. There's no doubt about it. There's no room for him in professional wrestling. Look at him.
The tag team champions were represented
The Dream
with Greg
Team.
the Hammer Valentine and Brutus the f***ing Barber Beefcake. Although he wouldn't be the barber for a few years to come. We got one step closer to
Orndorff.
recreating the main event of WrestleMania 1 with the release of Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Whatever you do, don't call him Paula.
People calling me Paula. People are going to pay.
And the other half of the WrestleMania 2 main event, the Walking Condominium, King Kong Bundy. Also released in 1985 was a place to hold your matches. The WWF Sling 'em Fling 'em ring. This thing was almost as sturdy as the figures were.
Never had that ring. I wish I did though.
And if that wasn't enough, the classic blue salad steel cage was also released. So you could recreate that WrestleMania 2 main event with Hogan versus Bundy.
A scoop shot. He put his name. He can't believe it. Off the rope. Hogan with a big leg drop. And Hogan's proclaiming his name of the cage. Bundy going to the door. Hogan's out through Hogan.
I thought about something before we get too excited. I don't know how he got away with the copyright with the clips, even if it's 2 or 3 seconds, that's still considered copyright. But I don't know how I don't know. But I'm really enjoying the video, and he's got a hell of a setup back there. This man's the hardcore collector. He's like with the old school stuff. I saw Joe's back there, Rambo. What's the stuff called? The Humanoid. All kind of different stuff back there. This man is collecting some classics.
Or other classic cage matches, like the controversial Hogan versus Orndorff Saturday night's main event cage match.
Let's find out. Hogan right first. No, Hogan's legs are bent. Orndorff's are straight. There's no doubt. Orndorff's hit the ground first. There's the replay again. Let's look at it.
We're having the blue carpet. That's perfect. You got the blue carpet.
And your high flyers could soar from the top of this 15-foot-high steel cage.
15 feet high. Oh my God. Everybody on their feet.
Series 3 in 1986 was a WrestleMania-sized lineup. 17 figures.
Whoa!
And they weren't all just wrestling superstars.
released all at
Making
once.
their debut in the ring and around the ring were some managers, announcers, and jobbers.
I'm trying to see this real quick. I had that guy. I forgot Corporal Kirchner. I forgot about that. Jesse Ventura. Never had none of these. Got Volkov. Always wanted Big John Studd. Never had him. And the managers. I remember there was one video I made a couple years ago. This one dude had the whole series in the glass case, or I don't think it was glass, but like the plastic cases probably. He had all the series, some in mint, and he even had some like prototypes or demo versions. That was crazy.
Or enhancement talent for your superstars to beat up to get over on TV matches. The lineup included Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana.
You want to take your communication to the next level, whether you're running a business or just starting out, Grammarly has you covered. Grammarly isn't just a...
And I intend to keep this.
Who's wearing a Jack's IC title belt? The living legend, Bruno Sammartino.
Fits perfectly.
And the man from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, Terry Funk.
You jackass.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and his arch rival, who, in my opinion, is the greatest wrestler of all time, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
I was the greatest professional wrestler in the world. Oh, proud, yeah, I'm proud.
I couldn't wait to recreate Savage winning the IC title from that chump Chico Santana using some cold rolled steel.
He's got something in his hand. Oh, look at this. He throws that right into Santana's.
We got a new champion. I can't believe it. We got a new Intercontinental Champion, Matsu.
Remain right here in the Boston Gardens as Randy Savage, the Macho Man, knocks cold champion Tito Santana.
You could just call him Champ now, Gorilla.
And some more of my all-time
Bulldogs.
favorites were released in '86 as well. The legendary British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid, who came up with some of the most revolutionary offense ever, like Dynamite Kid's flying headbutt off of Davey Boy's shoulders.
Dynamite. Up on top of the back. Oh, tremendous headbutt.
Sheik and Volkov got their manager with classy Freddie Blassie,
I could care less what you say or what those peasant-like geeks say.
who included a cane
It's on that
accessory for
geeks.
taking cheap shots while the ref wasn't looking. Bobby the Brain Heenan arrived to provide his brilliance to Stud and Bundy.
And don't you call me Weasel. Somebody just called me Weasel here. Somebody called me Weasel. Must be from behind there.
If you were a fan of Fuji Vice, you could come up with your own new episodes with the magnificent Morocco figure and his manager, Mr. Fuji. Jimmy Hart had his megaphone molded onto his hand
Mouth
so
of
he
the
wouldn't
South.
lose it, allowing him to knock out his wrestlers' opponents for years to come. And Super Mario himself, Captain Lou
Lou
Albano,
Albano.
helped your British Bulldogs figures capture tag team gold from Beefcake and Valentine.
What you thinking about that? Holy Moses, rammed right head first. And history made here at WrestleMania 2.
Even though they didn't do much on the outside of the ring, it was awesome having the managers there. It just made the whole playing experience more realistic, having not just the stake of the wrestlers, but the garnish of all the supporting players as well. Like Mean Gene Okerlund, who was there to conduct interviews that would set up the matches.
I'm going to be a nice guy. I'm not going to insult you.
Or Jesse the Body Ventura,
Ventura.
calling the action from ringside.
The Giant is going to win. The champ is going down.
And since not every match could be a pay-per-view main event, you could use the enhancement
I had him
talent
too.
of Corporal Kirshner and S.D.
SD Jones. I had that
to get your
figure.
talent over at TV tapings. Honorable mention goes to Hasbro's mail-order 8-inch Sergeant Slaughter figure, which was released in 1986 as well, and marketed by Hasbro as being intended for use with the LJN Wrestling Superstars. LJN had planned a Slaughter figure of their own, but scrapped it when Sarge left WWF for Hasbro to do G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
story
yeah.
of Hasbro buying LJN's unused Slaughter mold is simply that, just a story. The Hasbro Slaughter was 100% original Hasbro design and tooling. 1987 saw another astounding 17 figures released, again made up of an assortment of job descriptions. Trust him, there was Jake the Snake Roberts with Damien.
If you're good to me, I'll make sure he's good to you.
And Randy Savage's manager, the lovely Miss Elizabeth, who Randy made sure never stole the spotlight from him.
I think that your time is done, and I think that the spotlight should go on top of me, yeah.
For some reason, that geeky announcer from WWF
Vince.
Superstars on Saturday morning, Vince McMahon, got a figure.
Hello, everyone. Vince McMahon at ringside.
Wonder why? Maybe he was close with WWF President Jack Tunney.
Unequivocally.
Now you could have a full commentary team at ringside calling the action. Just be sure to get out of the way if Terry Funk shows up.
I cannot believe what we are witnessing here. Has Terry Funk snapped? Oh my God! What? He's there for the pound driver on the table. No! He's got him up. Oh! That just jammed out of his spine. Terry Funk has gone crazy. Funk has gone crazy.
And with the release of Cowboy Bob Orton,
His name's Ace. I love my bodyguard.
we could finally recreate the ending of the WrestleMania 1 main event. If you had a BA figure from A-Team, that is.
Oh, nice save by Mr. T. As Piper was about to load him, but look now. Oh,
I had some of those 18 figures.
with the cash, down for the cover, Pat Patterson. He got it. Unbelievable. Pandemonium Garden.
And you didn't necessarily have to always recreate history. You could be the booker and rewrite it too.
Look at Roddy Piper just going bananas. Roddy Piper's going crazy here.
Roddy Piper may never have been WWF champ in Jack Tunney's ring, but he was in mine.
I am the champion.
You could have a battle of the full Nelsons with Billy Jack Haynes and
Billy Jack
Hercules
Haynes.
Hernandez. A couple of tag teams were released.
Oh, I forgot about the Killer Bees.
Bees, Jumping Jim Brunzell, and the humble B. Brian Blair, and the Hart Foundation.
I remember
Bret
them.
the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Neidhart.
Adorable Adrian Adonis
Adonis.
came out to spruce up your ring. The King
Harley
Harley
Race
Race was released with his coveted removable crown. And there was also the Ugandan giant Kamala. Ken Patera with promo murdering action.
Whip me like a red-headed stepson. I'm sick and tired of that type of treatment.
And a couple more enhancement guys for those TV tapings in Brantford on...
You sleep with anyone since Miami?
That's what you're thinking about right now?
Oh, like you don't think about
You
it.
having sex with the girls? No.
Yeah.
Brantford, Ontario. Outback Jack, Ted Arcidi, and Coco Beware with Frankie. 1988 saw the line begin to wind down, and these figures are more rare than the others. There was Acts of Demolition. Strange that they didn't release Smash as well in the same lineup. The Beast from the East, Bam Bam,
Bam Bam.
Bigelow. Hacksaw Jim Duggan with his trusty 2x4. The Honky Tonk Man with guitar. One Man Gang, Ted DiBiase, and a new version of Hulk Hogan with two different paint decos.
he's a trunk.
Strike Force was released with Rick Martel and Tito
Tito
Santana
Santana.
with white trunks, and some more managers were released as well. Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake got their manager, luscious Johnny Valiant,
Johnny Valiant.
although at that point he had become Brutus the Barber Beefcake. And Slick was also released.
Slick.
And we finally got a referee
Referee.
figure. Two variants, white or blue shirt. Up until this point, the referee had to be imagined, or your hand would take the place of the ref. But now you could actually waffle the ref from behind.
Referee got wiped out.
Now we got a major problem.
And create a travesty of justice when the face would roll up the heel with no one to count. And when the face is trying to revive the ref, the heel takes advantage and lowers the boom. Goes for the pin, and we get the trademark long
Your feet's on the rope.
injured ref 3 count.
That's two.
This is it.
No, certainly they're not going to allow this.
You can almost hear the riot start in the stands. Remember, red heat is good, but if they go silent, that's white heat. And it means they're storming the ring. Series 6 in 1989 was the line's swan song.
That was the last
19
season, the
figures
last
were released,
version.
but only 5 were new molds. The rest were just re-releases on new black cards. The new figures included the Big Boss Man with a nightstick, one half of the Islanders, Haku, without crown to the dismay of many wrestling fans, Rick Rude with probably the most useless pose for wrestling play, one half of the Powers of Pain, the Warlord, and the Ultimate Warrior.
Load the spaceship with the rocket fuel. Load it with the word.
There was a repaint of short-haired Andre in his black singlet, commemorating his heel turn, although he's still smiling and he looks like he's about to offer someone a peanut. And the re-released figures were wrestlers who were still on top, receiving new pushes, or had just returned. Hogan, Stud, Beefcake, Bigelow, Honky, Jake, Axe, Savage, Elizabeth, Bret DiBiase, Hacksaw, and for some reason Adrian Adonis, even though he had left the company in May of '87 and passed away in the middle of '88. I'd like to think the royalties from that figure went to his family. In addition to these single card releases, tag team box sets were also released throughout the years that included a set of tag team belts, which were a brown version of the Hogan World title. The teams released were the Bulldogs, Valentine and Beefcake, the Hart Foundation, Hogan and Hillbilly Jim,
I ain't know about
Sheik
Hogan and
Volkov,
Hillbilly Jim.
the Killer Bees, and Strike Force. LJN also produced other sized WWF figures such as
Oh, the
Bendy's,
Bendables. I remember that.
Thumb Wrestlers,
The Thumb Wrestlers, yep.
and giant 16-inch
I remember all
posable
that.
figures of Hulk
I remember
Hogan
all
and Roddy
that.
Piper with removable shirts. The final series that never saw a release would have included Bad News Brown, the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, and the missing halves of Demolition and Powers of Pain, Demolition Smash, and the Barbarian, who could help order your Tommy Young figure around. The biggest shame is the final figure that was planned but not released. It would have certainly given you something to wrestle with. Brother Love.
Oh, it never came
After
out.
the LJN run, WWF moved their license
know
over
about
to
that.
Hasbro, and wrestling figures have been more...
Yeah, I remember all that. The LJN, the Hasbro, and then after that, then they went to Jax. So remember, damn near all of them.
posable and less durable ever since. But Jax did produce some rubber figures that homaged the LJN figures of the 80s, including figures for Ric Flair, Steve Austin,
Remember some of those,
The Undertaker, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels. They were smaller than the original LJN figures though, so sadly aren't perfectly compatible with the original roster or ring. But as Gorilla Monsoon used to say, when you've got them down on the mat, everyone's the same size.
Will you stop?
You got it, Gorilla. And that's the history of WWF Wrestling Superstars by LJN. Got a wrestling memory? Scroll down and go to town. Pile drive the Patreon to support the boyhood dream. And to join the tribe, headbutt subscribe.
Headbutt subscribe.
This is the Gorilla. Same song, everybody.
Enjoy WrestleMania. Ooh, Nerdmas, yeah.
That was good. That was good. That brought back some memories, boy. So like I said, I had a bunch of those. Never had the ring. When I got the Hasbro ones, it was the ring, but it was like the whatever that bootleg ring was they had back in the early 90s. But it was the wrestling ring. I didn't care as long as it's the wrestling ring. Yeah, but these things there though, boy. You have these. Some of them people don't care, even if they're beaten up. Some people they charge an arm and a leg. They just give you an arm and a leg for them too. Crazy. Those are classics. You know, bring back a lot of memories.